Hey there, Fit Fam. Welcome to the only podcast where we're breaking the mold and rewriting the rules. I'm here to debunk the myths, spill the tea, and serve a hefty dose of reality. No matter where you're at in your journey, we've got something for everybody. So buckle up because we're about to unleash the basics in the most unapologetic way possible. From shedding pounds to embracing your inner badass, I'm here to remind you that skinny is so last season and the basics are anything but boring. So grab your favorite piece of protein and your water bottle and get ready to be empowered, entertained, and educated because being a basics bitch has never looked this good. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Super excited to be here with you today. All right, Red, White, and Booty Challenge. We wrapped it up on Monday evening. Great call. Very excited about all the ladies that showed up for themselves. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. And this was my first time ever doing a paid challenge. Every other time I've always done a free challenge. And I'm not going to lie, 2 years ago when I did a free Red, White, and Booty Challenge, I had, I think, like 40 something people in it. And I've talked in the past, a few weeks prior to this, about why I chose to do a paid challenge. And I'm going to talk about something that was a little bit interesting to me this time around doing a paid challenge. It was a little bit different. I did it a little bit different way. Definitely some things I'm going to change about it to begin with. First of all, so I kind of already, in my own opinion, feel like there were some holes just because it was a little bit different than what I did before. And that's okay. And this is a way to show everybody too, like even I talk about the parallel of my business, and weight loss and, or getting your health, together and things like that. And it's a great way and a great reminder that things might not have worked out exactly how you thought they were, but it doesn't mean that you cannot shift, adjust, and try something a little bit different next time. So it's important to constantly remember that it's okay when things don't go exactly how you envisioned or how you thought they were going to go. It's also okay to admit that. And then it's also okay to kind of adjust moving forward. So constantly keeping those things in mind, okay? That being said, I want to have this conversation that I actually thought was pretty interesting. And in the very beginning, there was a lot of engagement, people asking questions, people showing up to the call, lots of, everybody's, I'm getting notification after notification on my app that people are checking things off. They're weighing in, they're filling out their little check-in. And then by about 4th of July, so about 9-10 days in, I saw a dramatic tank in anybody coming to anything, showing up. There were maybe about 3 or 4 people that were still weighing in consistently, that were still taking, their little check-in, because we just did it was more of like a daily check-in for yourself so much as it was, not for me to necessarily go over or go through. And it was a dramatic drop-off basically by the week of 4th of July, like even in the beginning of the week of 4th of July. And I want to talk about this because I found it, one, interesting that people paid money to join this challenge and still found it very difficult to show up for themselves. That's number one. And number two, I find it interesting that it's still, it's very difficult to get consistent. It's very hard for people to show up for themselves in the midst of chaos, in the midst of busy season of life, in the midst of all these things. How hard it is for you, I'm talking to you. So if you're listening to this, there's more than likely a reason how hard it is for you to continuously show up for yourself. And here's what I'm going to talk about. This is why I'm going to have this thing. Why I'm going to talk about this today is it was very eye-opening to me. And even as somebody who I sit on this side and I desire so badly to help you. Like, it's grossly bad how bad I desire to help you. I was just recently listening to a couple of different places that I'm involved in where people are trying to help make coaches better. And this has probably been about the third time in less than a week that I have heard if you are in this gig to make money, there are a lot of easier ways to make money. Like fitness coaching probably is not like the easiest way to make money. Like if you want to just make money, go find an easier way to make money. But if you're in this industry, it's because you have a true desire to help, whether it's from your own experience, your own journey, your own whatever. And I resonate so much with this because I almost fall into this category so far deep that it's almost, I don't even know what the word is, ridiculous. It's almost too, I almost want to help too much sometimes because I get so frustrated when I know that I can help somebody and they cannot show up. I cannot show up for you, but that they cannot show up for themselves in the midst of busy, in the midst of hard, in the midst of greatness, like when everything's like falling into place. Like we have to be able to show up for ourselves in all of these moments. And I often talk about the fact that every moment you're going to show up for yourself, it's going to look a little bit different. This was Monday's email. If you're not on my email list, you should be on there. But like, this is what I talked about in Monday's email. It's like, what do you have to do to just be 1% good, better? Like, what does that look like for you? You know, we often think that we have to have it perfect in every category. We have to be perfect in our mindset, perfect in our training, perfect in our nutrition, perfect in our sleep, perfect in all the basics. That is not it. Excuse me. Some days, I had mentioned this in the email. Some days, doing better for yourself is not stressing about dinner and panicking, but it's just like grabbing the pizza on the way home because it's quick, it's easy, and you don't have to think about it, and you can just take a breath, right? Some days, it is grabbing the Oreo over the fruit if that's what is necessary. Some days, it is just going for the walk instead of going for your full-blown out training session. And letting that be okay and knowing that that's not failing. However, we have this really big, I don't even know what issue, problem, whatever you want to call it, with the inability to still show up for ourselves when life goes to shit, when things aren't perfect. And then we call that failure. Oh, I couldn't do one check-in, so I'm not coming. Oh, I went out of town, so I can't do anything. Y'all, do you think that's the last time you're going out of town? No, it's not. Y'all better fucking get it together because otherwise, I mean, it's never going to happen for you. So then it becomes, do you actually want to be better, to do better? That's where it comes down to. Is do you want that? Do you actually want to do better and be better? Or are you just saying that? Because if you're just saying that, then I'm not the place for you. I've made this very clear. I refuse to call people in that are not ready to make the step and to show up. I have one client who's overseas. She's her husband's military. She has gone to, I don't even know, however many other countries over there. She's traveled all over the place. She's traveled back to the States multiple times in the year and some change that now we work together. Almost a year, just over a year. And there's no excuse. She figures out a way to make it work. We shift, we adjust while she's traveling. Hey, we need to pull back here. Let's make sure we're doing this. Focus on your water, focus on your steps. Don't worry about your training. Okay, great. Make sure you're getting protein at every meal. Awesome, great. Make sure you have snacks planned, prepared so that you're not, like a fish out of water. And then you find yourself caught up in a situation that you're frustrated with when it could have been prevented. Like there's certain things that we can put into place, but she still has to show up. Why does she do that? Because she wants it. When I go on vacation, I fucking go train. I work out. I make sure I have the snacks that I need. I make sure that, and I am a little bit more loose. Don't get me wrong. When I travel, I love having Dr. Pepper. It's like my thing. I just love it. I don't really drink a lot of it, not gonna lie. But I just love having it sitting in there. I don't know why. I drink a few sips here and there, whatever else. This is what I love. But I also have my protein snacks. I also have my fruit. I also have the things that I know that are going to get me still where I want to go. Because if I can't just stop showing up because I go on vacation. Yes, it's going to look different. I'm not going to be like how I am at home, necessarily how I am on vacation. Yes, I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to indulge a little bit more. Understanding when to push, when to pause, what to shift, how to adjust. And knowing that you can do those things and not feel bad about it. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. Not one person in the Red, White, and Booty Challenge that went on vacation reached out and said, okay, that's not true. That's not true. I had one person. I had one person reach out and say, this is my situation. What do you think is best for me? How should I best prepare for this? I had one person, and I had probably 3 or 4, 5 go on vacation. But I had one person reach out and say, what do you think? This is what I got. What do you think is best? One person. Yet they had access to ask me anything that they wanted to know on how to still be successful while they traveled or while they went on vacation. They still could have done that. One person did it. One. As if you're never going to travel again. As if it's the only time, I'm going to travel. You guys, you can't keep stopping every time something comes up in your life. It's never ending unless you're done living. It's very frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Which is why I no longer beg people to work with me. I no longer do this. I can't. I refuse to want this more than you want this for yourself. I absolutely refuse to do that. And this was very eye-opening to me, having it been my first paid challenge where people actually paid me money to be a part of the challenge. And then by literal day 8, gone. I even sent text messages to every single person, a text message to every single person. Every single person in that challenge, I sent a text message to them. Every single one. And I can't want something more than you want it. It was just very eye-opening how badly some people want this versus others. And this always is going to go back to what you believe deep down. Do you believe that you want this? Do you believe that you can do this? Do you believe that you are meant for this? Or are you just saying it to make yourself feel better about the situation that you're in? Oh, I really need to lose weight. Great. What the fuck are you doing then? I really need to get off my medication. Great. What are you doing then? There were women in this challenge that were barely walking 2,000 steps a day. There are women in this challenge that were barely drinking 20 ounces of water a day. And that we wonder why we feel like absolute fucking trash. Oh, God, my hormones are jacked up. No, you probably just need water. Oh, God, I have no energy. I need to have another cup of coffee. No, you probably just need more water. Oh, God, my body hurts so bad. It's because you don't move your body, and our bodies were made to be moved. That was Muscle Monday's podcast. And yet here we are doing everything the opposite of that. And I can't help you unless you can help yourself. I can't help you. I can come to the table with you. I can sit here. I can make a whole plan for you, but I can't do the thing. The majority of everybody in that Red, White, and Booty challenge this last time needs the basics build up for like 6 months, probably. At least 2 months to get the basics, to get the foundation. The majority of women, ladies, you don't have the foundation. Oh, I want to lose weight so badly. Girl, you can't even walk. You can't even drink water. And y'all, I want to be super clear. This was me. I was you. I was her. I didn't even know what a water bottle was. I didn't even know what protein was. I didn't know what fiber was. I didn't know what sleep management or stress management was. No clue. And so it's not a judgment piece, right? But when you pay for something and you're in a container with somebody and they're there to help and guide you, and you have access to ask all these questions that you ever have wanted to know about, what about this and what about that? And you can't even show up for yourself. You don't even have to come to the call. Don't even have to come to the call. You could have just done a little text message. That is frustrating. So what Red, White, and Booty taught me this last time around is that, ladies, we are successful at a lot of things. We are successful at our jobs. We are successful at being moms, some of us. We are successful maybe at running our own business. But we are dog shit at showing up for ourselves. I'm going to say it like it is. And if I hurt your feelings, that's okay. You can shut me off. You can tell me that I'm mean. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you do that, it's because you know that I'm right. If I hurt your feelings because I say you show up for yourself like dog shit, it's because you know that I'm right. And that hurts your own feelings. Because how in the world are you capable of showing up for other people? You drop shit for other people so fast, and yet you can't even, I'm on vacation. I'm sorry, I can't show up for myself. I can't walk. I can't drink water. Okay. You can't even do that for yourself. And you are so successful in so many other areas of your life. The majority of women that were in there, I would say all of them probably work. All of them have careers. And I would say a career, whether it's they run their own business, whether it's they work for somebody else, but they like run the business for that person. A lot of people, you are so successful at showing up in so many other areas of your life, and you are dog shit at showing up for yourself. Dog shit. And that hurts feelings. That is a really, really harsh reality to dig into. That's a really, really shitty feeling to have about yourself. Why can't I be successful in my job? How come I'm such a great mom? Man, I treat myself like absolute crap. And I got tired of that. I got absolutely tired of that. I got tired of treating myself like crap. I got tired of putting myself on the back burner. I got tired of making sure everybody else's needs were taken care of but my own. I got tired of it. Because I felt like absolute dog shit. I had neck fat that was choking me. Couldn't bend over to tie my shoes. Didn't want to have sex with my husband. Felt completely uncomfortable. It was a direct correlation of how I felt about myself. How I looked was a direct correlation of how I felt about myself. And even though I had just gotten remarried and everything was so great and I was so in love, I was so unhappy. Showed up for all the kids' things at school, this mom, that mom, room mom, right? All these things. I know some of you out there listening right now, you are exactly that person. You're at every event. You're the Cub Scout leader, the Girl Scout mom. You're the one that's bringing, the treats to all of the soccer games. Showing up at every single thing for somebody else, making sure everybody else has what they need except for you. And then when you go to do one thing for yourself, you feel bad about it. You feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I should have just stayed at home with my kids. Oh, well, my husband needs to do this. Oh, well, we don't have the money for that. Oh, poor me, poor me. I'll just be unhappy the rest of my life. I'll just live in this misery forever so that everybody else can have what they need. That is a harsh reality, y'all. If it's the one thing that Red, White, and Booty taught me this time around is that you are so successful at so many other things, but showing up for yourself. Man, that was so eye-opening for me. Also, really good for me to see. Because now I know who I'm talking to. Now I know who I need to start addressing because that's who you are. It's who I was. I was a stay-home mom at the time, taking care of 3 kids. My husband was overseas. And even prior to that, I was a stay-home mom with 3 kids and my husband was working and I just took care of the house. I quote unquote just took care of the house. I did everything for everybody else. They were little. I had small children, 7, 3, 6, 2, something like that. So I was really great at taking care of other people. I still am really great at taking care of other people. In fact, that's my love language. My love language for other people, what makes me feel good is acts of service. So taking care of other people literally is the thing that keeps me alive. It is the thing that lights me up. It is the fire under my booty. I love it. I love doing everybody's laundry and making sure everybody has food and making sure whatever, everybody's where they need to be and blah, 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 blah. That is me. That is who I am. However, I've also learned that I cannot be the best at all of those things if I fucking take care of myself like crap. And I deserve better than that. And here's what I'm going to tell you. You also deserve better than that. And you need to dig down really fucking deep and gay. Sorry. It's 2 words mixed into one. You need to dig down deep and go either, I need to do this for me, or this is something I just need to let the fuck go and be okay with. This is where my health is. And I just don't care enough about myself to do anything about it right now. And that doesn't mean it can't change. That doesn't mean it won't change. But in this moment, maybe that's where you're at. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you aren't at that lowest place yet. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you, from somebody who has been at that place, who is on the other side of that place, there is no better feeling than knowing that you can take care of everything else and still handle yourself and still take care of you. Because at the end of the day, you're only doing mediocre for everybody else if you're doing mediocre for yourself. Sorry, but that's the truth. I don't really give a crap how great you are and how successful you are at all those things. Do you know how much better that could be if you took care of yourself better? It's the truth. So that's my soapbox. That's what Red, White, and Booty taught me this time around. It taught me that women are so good at showing up for other people and other things and not themselves. And it was very, I've always known that, I think. Like, I've always known that, I've always say, oh, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I've said all these things before, but wow, this was a slap in the face. I want to make an Alanis Morissette reference right there, but I will refrain from doing that. But it was a slap in the face. I was like, whoa, this was eye-opening. Out of 16 women, I basically have 2, 3, and 4 women that by the end of Red, White, and Booty were showing up for themselves. So a quarter of you still at it. A quarter of you think that you're worth it. A quarter of those 16 care enough about themselves to show up. That was a slap in the face. I was like, wow. Didn't think it would be quite so low. I thought I would at least have about 50 to 60% of the ladies still doing the things. Nope. So that was eye-opening. That was like, wow. Okay. All right. Got it. Ladies, you deserve it. You deserve to show up for yourself. You are worth showing up for yourself for. But here's the deal. Like I said, you have to believe that. You have to be aware of that. You have to acknowledge that. Nobody else can do it for you but you. Catch you on Friday No Filter.